I'm going to be using Adobe Illustrator to trace out the sketch. So I took a shot of the sketch. So I'm just going to drag it and drop it into Adobe Illustrator. So this image seems big. I'm going to reduce it so that it's going to fit. Yeah, I'm going to reduce it so that it's going to fit the artboard. So let's just drag it in. I'm going to reduce it a little. So I'm going to lock this layer. So let's zoom into the head. So we are going to be using the pen tool to trace out this sketch. So I'm just going to left click here, then bring my mouse here. I'm not holding it, I'm just going to bring my mouse here. Then I'm going to hold and then drag. The reason I'm holding and dragging is because I want to add some curve here. I don't want it to be sharp. So when you are done hiding that, you can remove your you can only release the hold. So you come to the next place. I'm just going to left click this. Since this can be a sharp stuff, so I'm just going to bring this here and left click here as well. So there is a little bit curve here, so let's add that. I'm just going to hold and drag a little. So I'm going to come here and hold and drag as well, so that I can have some curve there. Then I'm going to make sure the place I'm going to put this is parallel to this. So I'm going to bring my mouse here. Then you see that there's a straight line I'm actually following. So when you remove your mouse from it, it's going to go away. It's just like a guideline. So I'm just going to trace that guideline. Then I'm going to left click. So to remove, when you are done using the pen tool, just click Alt and left click. So you are done with it. So I just need the outline. So I'm going to come to this fill and select none. So I just need the outline. Now I'm going to be mirroring this so that I can create the second side. So click on your trace, then go to object and transform. Then I'm going to click on reflect. So I want it to reflect vertical. You may need it to reflect horizontal, but right now we are going to be using vertical. So I'm just going to click on copy. So it's going to copy it vertical. So I'm just going to drag it and make sure it's in the right place. Okay, that's right. So I'm going to join these two lines. So we need to join them. So I'm just going to come to somewhere. We need to join them from this up side. So I'm going to bring this out. So I'm going to be joining this point and this point. I'm going to be joining the two together. So I just need to show you that. So I'm going to bring it back to where it is. So I'm just going to select the two, then go to your properties and click on this icon, connect. So it's going to connect them. When you go back to your layer, you see that it has turned to one part. So let's go connect it here as well. So go back to properties, then this icon, collect selected endpoint. So let's go to the air. Let's move to the air. So I'm going to make sure I'm in the middle. So yeah, I'm going to do the same for the air, but for the air I'm going to bring it. Okay, let's stop it here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this as well to match this guideline. So let's just put that one here, then alt left click. So I'm going to be mirroring this as well. So object transform, reflect, and then copy. Make sure it's in vertical, copy. So I'm going to drag it here as well and join them as well. So select the two and properties, then connect. Select this as well, properties, then connect. So now we are done with the air. It remains the air. So I'm just going to use the what's pen tool as usual. So let's just sketch out this air. Okay, that's right. I'm going to copy this as well. We are not going to be joining this, but we need to copy it to this other side using the reflect. So I'm just going to use object transform, reflect as well, and then copy. So I'm going to drag the copy to this side. I think that this is the perfect stop here. So for the eyes, I'm using something like this. So I'm going to be using my pen tool as usual, then drag it here. If the sketch may not be perfect, so you just have to perfect it yourself while tracing it. So let's click out, and for this as well, for the iris, is it the iris or okay? So I'm going to be doing this as well. Alt left click. So we can shift this here, somewhere here, and I'm going to copy them as usual to this side. So objects, transform, reflect, and copy. So I'm just going to drag them to the other side as well. So for the nose, we are going to be using the pen tool as usual. So I'm just going to click here and then click here. Then I'm going to click here and drag this, hold and drag this like this. So I'm going to click on Alt to stop that. Okay, so this is the nose. I'm just going to shift it to the middle because we can use the eyes, but this is not a perfect middle, but we can use that. So for the mouth, let's choose the mouth as well. So click here, then drag this, hold and drag, then we can just put it here. So I need to perfect this mouth, so it's a little bit, it has to be white and less height. Okay, so we are done tracing the head. I'm just going to perfect the arrangement like the eyes. So I'm going to select these four, then make sure they are in the middle using the guidelines lines. So and for the nose as well, you can shift it to the middle or a little bit to the left. And for this as well, let's make sure it's in the middle. Okay, so I think that is in the middle. So make sure you save, make sure you remember to save whenever you are working on a project. So you can use file, then save as. So I'm just going to look for the countdown folder. Okay, this is the countdown folder. I'm going to save this as our character. So I'm going to click on save.